And did you have anything to share yourself, Olga, that you've been up to the last couple of weeks? Any real side experiences or new insights?
I have. I have had dreams. However, when I wake up, I seem to be forgetting them. I don't know why. Um, a couple of quite personal dreams, so I won't share them. But what I have found since I put my little posters up in my shop window, well, I'm sort of more aware, I guess, of just being and with just being and the all is, and I feel that the guides are bringing people like Hazel, and and then it's their choice. So um when this first happened, a lady came into my shop and she was having experiences as well with entities coming into her home. She was astral traveling though, so it was a little bit different. And but she decided that she was quite happy with what she was doing, which is fair enough. But I get a lot of impressions and things, and I just go with that. And I still sing my new you all day every day, as well as before I go to sleep at night and when I wake up in the morning. But I haven't been getting any like lucid dreams and things like that I can actually remember. So, but I feel like more it's just my awareness every day, like and being in the now, that is more of what's happening. And I mean, it's like last night, for some reason, I got this impression. I'll send a email over to Chris and just see how he is and remind him of the call. And to find out he wasn't very well. So, like, things like that are happening all the time, the more aware I'm becoming, which is, really, really, really amazing. Yeah. But just going back to the chemtrails, what I find, not that I was ever looking, but because I get out into the garden early in the morning, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, I like to go into the garden and see near you. If you look up to the sky in the morning, you'll see the trails, because they don't really want us to see them. They'll do it when we're asleep. And a lot of the times you'll see them just, dissipating. So it's been like at least an hour that they've dropped, the chemicals on us. But you'll definitely see them in the morning, especially around, before 6 o'clock in the morning, you'll see the chemtrails. Yeah, that's what they do. And I've just been following, I can't actually remember his name, but there's a guy, he's a reporter in New Zealand, and he's talking about, he's very on mark, but I mean, he's pretty strong with what he's saying, but he talks about, the New Zealand Prime Minister, and who is Jacinda Ardern and Gough, because it's a coalition over there, and how they're poisoning the country and, taking newborn babies off their mothers as soon as they're out of the womb. Basically, she's taking their babies, and there's nothing ever been said about it, but she's got this beautiful smile and how she talks about loving each other and everything, but behind the scenes all these insidious things going on in real life in New Zealand. And for some reason the people are asleep. They don't want to know that all this is going on, and she's poisoning everything: the water, the food, the air, the natural environment, and everything. So I'm just really staying in my awareness and staying in the now and really seeing what life is showing me. And it's I feel like I'm going on a different journey to where I was, say, 3 months ago. So it's this awareness that I'm waking up to sort of every moment of the day, and trying to stay in that more than anything. And I feel like, well, I know the guides are right there, and all we have to do is ask. The real guides are right there. So we know this, and it's being a part of that, just being a part of the all is, and and being aware of all that. So that's where I'm at the moment, really.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Olga. Yeah, it's cool. Becoming more aware is a fun adventure. It's endless, and it's cool when people stick around and keep becoming more aware with us. Because, like I said, it becomes more real as we have more support to become more aware, and then we all become more aware, and we see more of what is real. And life gets more real. Our experience of it, because yeah, this is just a big simulation, all of creation, all the different levels, and here we are on Earth, and we can experience, well, we are experiencing the other levels at the same time with our other bodies, and you just kind of decide how you're going to experience it and how you become more aware. And it's pretty cool when we get to share our experiences and see other people's views of what is possible and what does make sense. And just like having Hazel on today, it's fun. It's like Ariana said, she's a great storyteller. I just close my eyes and listen and go on the little adventure. It's a bit of fun. It's like it's a real experience. It's cool. And so as we all share our experiences, we all become more aware. And yeah, this is just like a little game here. It's like a little video game or a little movie, and we just decide what we do and do what we do. And yeah, it's all okay, and we can always do more and become more aware. So yeah, it's what we're up to here is we're just sharing what we're doing, going out into the public more. And like I said, we're going to start doing a crowdfunding campaign to get something going here. And yeah, it's interesting going out and talking to people. It's interesting because just like people are so robotic when you start to talk to them about something that makes sense, whether it's in a store or on the street. Most people they don't have the awareness to even pay attention to what you're saying for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, or whatever. Their mind is just like elsewhere, and they can't even keep up with the words you're saying. And so, but some people can, and those people are really cool. And realistically, everybody's looking for what we're doing because everybody came here to wake up to their real awareness. So it's kind of fun, and I just kind of see myself as this being of light, bringing through the real light, and then, even though I have a physical body, as like a vehicle to bring things through here with. It's interesting, and yeah, it's very interesting. It's like the more you become aware, the more obvious it is that this physical life here is just a simulation. That's really just one part of a big simulation. And so yeah, I saw on the real side this morning, it's kind of funny, little demonstration. I was in the idea was I was in some like poorer, Central American country, maybe like Honduras or Nicaragua or something, and I was helping this little guy out with selling vegetables by like a bus station. And there were no tourists around, so he was selling them like at a pretty low price to the local people. And I was just helping, him put out the vegetables and, do some transactions and things. And yeah, I mean, but the idea was that I was just happy to help and support this guy. It was like cool, he usually didn't get any help, and I was there, and I could help, and he could get things done faster and more efficiently. So he was grateful, and I was happy to help. It was cool. And yeah, it's kind of like how we are here. You know, whatever we're doing, we're just helping life. You know, life itself wants us to recognize what it is, just like we want others to recognize what we are, our real awareness. And so, yeah, we're just supporting life, and it's a privilege, really. And so, from that experience, I moved on. I was with a friend of ours we know, and I forget if he's in Russia or Ukraine, because I think he's in Crimea. So maybe that's a better way of describing where he's at. And so Duane was there, and he had been talking to our friend for a while, answering some of his funny, literal type questions about, you know, like mental questions about what life is. And then Duane was leaving, and he's like getting on a spaceship or going into a portal to come back to, you know, where we're at here in Huntington Beach. And so I was going to follow Duane into the portal thing, or a spaceship, whatever it was. It got here pretty quickly, and I talked to our friend for a little while, and he was very, very grateful that Duane had come to visit him and talk to him. And so he was showing me around this complex he had. It's kind of like the real side of where he's at. He has all this technology and phenomena kind of stuff, and it was pretty cool. He was showing me around and how some of these things could provide a benefit, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. We can add that to our project plans, and we can implement these things on Earth for the people there to have a focus and become more aware. And he actually wanted me to stay and work on his projects with him on the real side, and I said, well, yeah, you know, we can do that, but I'm gonna go back to Huntington Beach with Duane. I gotta get up pretty soon. Sun's coming up, and it's kind of how the experience ended. But there was a few people turning up as I was leaving to participate in their projects they're doing there too. So yeah, it's interesting how the real side works. We're all doing things there, whether we remember it or not, and preparing ourselves for what's to come here on Earth. And so we keep progressing, and like Olga said, life is always new now, every moment. And so we just stay now and do what makes sense, and yeah, just keep seeing more, because there's always more. And yeah, so it's been about an hour and a quarter. It's been cool. We had a new special guest, and Hazel, you're very welcome to come along again. We do this every 2 weeks, and on Sunday, our time here at 10 a.m. So that is, I don't know, Olga, what is that, Monday, like 5 a.m. for you or something? We have another call, and that's with our friends in the UK, and Duane will be on that call too. And Kevin and Pierce, they have cool experiences to share too.
Yeah, 3 a.m. our time, which I keep missing.
Yeah, well, maybe Hazel sounds like she's up at all sorts of hours, but that call is on Zoom, and so Olga will be able to share that link with you, or if you add me on social media somewhere, I can send you the link to join that call. All you do is click a link, and it will prompt you to do what's necessary to just jump into the call there. And yeah, otherwise all the calls, even this one that we just had, Kevin Smith will put this and all the other calls that we do on his YouTube channel, which is NU Kevin Smith, like New Kevin Smith on YouTube. So that's like the archives over there. Yeah. So, if anyone else wants to share anything before we go, I just want to say, while Tim's still here, thanks for all the mushrooms. He sent us a whole bunch of matsutake mushrooms, and they're very, very yummy. We've had mushrooms for 3 nights in a row, and I've been preserving some, fermenting them and drying them out too. I did call some restaurants to try and sell some, and Japanese supermarkets, but they're all very, to the book, so they didn't want to buy them off me. So. But that's cool. We'll have them for a while. So thanks, Tim.
Yeah, sure. I'm glad you're enjoying them.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. Okay, guys. Well, if we all want to sing New You on my screen, it goes from around the clock. It's Debbie and Olga and Tim and Ariana, and then I'll sing.
New you.
Just how many times you do it? You. That it?
New you, new you.
New you.
New you. Okay, thanks, guys. That was fun. So we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.